So participate in it. But thanks. I so appreciate what you're saying. So what I hear is that in a sense, it feels like being in love isn't enough.
Right.
Right? That there's got to be some kind of, it's got to be, I don't know, got to be shown in a certain way or
Yes,
brought
exactly.
into some kind of really specific form that makes it productive enough, or I don't know.
Yeah, busy. Yeah, something
Yeah.
productive and seeable. Yeah, something.
Right. Right. I really like you talking about that. That really helps me because I'm just so I'll hold off and then I'm going to hear from Malik about it. What does Fanafi Shake bring up for you, Malik?
Thank you. Yeah, because it did bring stuff up, but the difference is it didn't stop me. So the stuff that came up for me is being more visible, like
Mm,
stepping into a visible, more solar capacity, like showing up, sending something out, being heard, and so I really want that, but it's also scary because now I might get a reaction, and I recently talked about that with you a little bit, how I have trouble with that.
mhm.
I have trouble detaching my feelings on what I'm sharing. I think that's kind of what it is like I get like this is my baby, this is my baby, and I want it treated right, and
Right,
so
right.
I guess there's some like coveting the preciousness, and then there's some of just letting it go, like here, and so
Hmm.
um yeah, I think it's attachment to whether it will be received.
Mm,
There's like I want it to be held and received positively, and I've got that's kind of one of my hmm yeah. Maybe that's enough. Just mentioning that. Let's see, is there anything else? So I guess it's like little insecurities. Like when I show up, like, oh, now now they're really looking at me. Now they're really listening to me. And it's this time for real. And I don't know, um it was there, but it didn't stop me. And I just use it like in the piece I shared, I use it for my performance. Like I add the energy into what I'm doing and just go with it. And I just want to say that's what I've had to do in my life. I've had to just do it anyway. So I guess
mm.
there's some good goodies there, but there's definitely some insecurities. And I think there's some familiar ones like am I good enough? Am I doing a good enough job?
Mm.
Um, am I getting it? Um, I'm often asking people, does that make sense? Does it make sense? And so
Right.
anyway,
Mm.
that might be enough. I don't know if I think that's basically my reactivity underneath it all is has to do with that.
I love it. I'm gonna sum up the piece that I heard at the end is maybe helpful for you to hold. Is there's a part of you that says, "Is my love enough?"
Oh,
Right?
yeah,
I like what I'm hearing
that's
from you,
interesting.
right?
It's
But
like
it,
we're both of us are now kind of on different sides of a coin. That's interesting because I'm kind of going down. I'm not sure. Or yeah. Anyway, sorry, I don't need to.
yeah, no, that's really what I think. What I really want to play with today. Just I thought we will do the old familiar because it is my love. How could I be with you and not share my love? Because this is my love. But so some of the things that I've learned with the elements is this real understanding of receiving. So if I think of what fauna fi shake is, it's about receiving
Mm.
from whatever it is that you're going to use as your love object, right? That love object, it can be the earth, it can be Molly, it can be um, your whole 5EFP. Do I have it right?
Yeah.
Right? It can be this experience out there, but you have to have your love object. You have your love object out there. So you have to be willing to receive it. And for you, I'd say also, Malik, it's about receiving the love and the joy from the people who have just heard you speak about it. Because, or you really receiving Molly saying, "Oh, I'm so excited," or Greg saying, "Wow, what an incredible mom you are." Because it's all about you have to take in on that inhale
Mm.
whatever it is that you're with, that you love. And then on the exhale, that's when you have your chance to radiate out back that love.
Mm.
So it's a constant reciprocal interaction. And that's why fauna fi shake is just one way of talking about it, because if you're in love with somebody enough and you can feel their love for you, then you can bring that in and you can also experience how you create that beautiful relationship by sending your love back.
Mm.
So it's reciprocal. It doesn't exist one way,
Mhm.
right? So if it wasn't for what you're getting back from whatever it is you're in love with, right? It wouldn't work.
Mm.
But when you
No.
also recognize how in love you are, you're given so much.
Mm.
Yeah, something came up just then. A part of me or parts of me, it might be more than one, but there's at least one part of me that believes that like success or the receiving of something that's sent out is in the hands of the other, and that like it's behind locked gates and everybody else has the keys.
Mm.
There's and I mean it's interesting. Like that's a very clear. There's a self going, well, I don't have any of the keys and I have to get it from someone else. And but I know it's a part, and it's not all of me, and it's not stopping me from going forward. So,
Right,
but it's
right.
like, oh, okay, I see. There's a part of at least one self
Yeah.
that feels like success is not entirely in my hands. That it has to pass to another, or at some point, or something like that.
Mm. Well, let me be clear. I'm not talking about success.
Yeah,
I do not know about success. I think
yeah,
success is different.
yeah.
Success is, yeah, it's a whole nother realm. But it's more like in order to be able to really I would say lay the groundwork for what you're calling success is you have to be in a reciprocal relationship,
Mhm.
Mhm.
right? Otherwise, you're just giving, and that's not going to work.
No.
Really not going to work at all, right? Because it's like what I realized is I don't want to struggle with people who don't want to be here. That's where
I get that.
I
I
drew
get
my
that.
line of like, if you don't want to be here,
Mm.
I don't want to keep going back and forth with that. If you want to dialogue with me and get clear, no problem. But I'm not going to do it as this piece in the group of I kind of am in, I'm kind of not. That for me isn't, I'm not getting enough out of it. So we all have to know our limits, right? What are our personal limits with extending that love? You could say, my way of extending Fauna Fi Shake is to really see each of you as your own shakes,
Mhm.
right? Your own teachers You are the teacher, and I'm going to learn from you. And I want to learn from you. So I want to receive from you, and I want to give back my love.
Mm.
Yeah.
And so, in so doing that, I'll find out along the way what's going to work and what doesn't. But I have to be in that reciprocal relationship. If it's one way, I only want to give or I only want to take, you can see that love relationship doesn't work. So I don't know how you can build success.
Mm.
You know, it's, yeah, something's
Yeah.
wrong. It's off. It's not a partnership anymore. It's not a relationship.
Well, what I'm doing, there has to be a mixing, there has to be a back and forth, or there that I mean, you could say it's success outside of, I know we're not really talking about success necessarily, but a successful transmission maybe, or a connection with another person with what I'm doing. It has to go back and forth. It can't be just toward them or just toward me. There has to be a sharing of it's a dynamic thing. So that's what I'm hearing is along with what you're saying is that it's very much needed. Like it can't be one-sided.
No.
It won't work. It just won't work if it's one-sided.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hearing this. I hear I'm just in my head thinking, just love for me just brings like a lot of like trust issues. Anyways, it taps into like, can I trust it? Do I know what that feels like? You know? Um, so that's what I'm also playing with a little bit too, of maybe my reactivity or or why, yeah, it's feels so loaded a question.
Yeah, that's really good. And when I like you asking that question. So let's experiment. And what I'd like you to do, Malik, is to try something not about the person who's playing the game. I want you to be in relationship with the baby of 5 EFP that you've created. So it's less about putting a need on that person to perform in a certain way, to interact with you in a certain way, and more about what's it like to let in all that the game itself as you've created is giving to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in. I'm going to lead us through just a short little kind of getting here, and then we're gonna then go into the breathing in. Do you want to use Molly?
Yeah, sure. I can.
Okay. So then I'm going to ask you to use Molly. And what we're going to do is we're going to each breathe in this love, whatever it is that we're having, and we're going to just notice what's that like as we breathe in that love, right? And we're going to become curious about that because I think where it may be getting stuck a little bit for you, Malika, is that you're describing having to put your love of what you've created onto the person who plays the game.
Yeah. Good insight.
It's already love. It's already amazing and lovely,
And it doesn't have to be put on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's
right?
explore. Let's explore.
Okay. Okay, good. So let's just,
Mm.
whatever feels good to you to get connected into your body right now, you can, I like it stretching, let your feet really feel the floor. I like your walking around, Malik. So just let yourself do whatever feels good to you. And let yourself have another couple of breaths to really come down into your body to feel that sense of the breath connecting to the body. And then as you're ready, I want you to really just feel the the sturdiness of your own legs and your feet into the floor. And we'll do a really simple piece, which is just breathing in that sturdiness of the earth underneath our feet and how that sturdiness connects with all of our bones and all of our muscles and the way that we're held every day inside of our own bodies. So that's all kind of an inhale experience. And then on the exhale, we're just going to let ourselves bask for a moment in this space of really being held. So on the inhale, we're really noticing the support. And on the exhale, we're just basking in it. We'll just do that for about a couple of minutes on our own. And every time you go away, just keep remembering your feet on the floor and that sturdiness, that you've got something that's holding you up every day. And this time when we breathe in, we'll still feel bringing in that sturdiness, that holding of earth. And this time we're going to breathe back our own appreciation of I'm showing up for you, earth. I'm here. I'm present. So we're getting into a reciprocal relationship with this earth energy inside of our own bodies, on the outside. It exists all around us. We're showing up. And if you feel so moved, really let yourself appreciate and give some gratitude or some love back to the earth, to your own body for holding you up. And let that concentration go and let yourself really feel kind of just the space. Just breathe whichever way you want. Taking in a few breaths and just letting go of that concentration. And gently letting yourself bring to your heart, bring to your mind this concentration of what you love, Molly or 5-EFP. And really, you might just see it in front of you. You might just, maybe you need to take a little bit of time to flesh it out. What is it that you love about Molly? What is it that you love about 5-EFP? This beautiful baby you've created. So just letting yourself be curious about this lovely love that you have. Breathing into that curiosity, letting it form, letting it help you to understand why this love is so important to you. And then letting yourself really breathe in the love from this experience of Molly or 5-EFP, and just begin to really focus on breathing in that love, however it is you experience it. Maybe you experience it as just this joy. Maybe it's a calmness, whatever it happens to be. There's not any one way of it being right, but you're going to breathe in what that gift is from what you love. And then you're just going to rest in that gift for a moment in the exhale, just letting it be there, letting it take shape, letting it kind of come down into your bones. Just keeping yourself focused on that which you love, bringing it in and feeling that experience of it just affecting you, affecting your whole body. And maybe you feel the resistance to letting it in, and that's fine. Let yourself feel that. There's not one right way, but you just want to see what happens when you turn towards what you love and ask for it to come in. And now I want you to really, on that exhale, really recognize how you're showing up for this love. So on the exhale, you're really letting yourself take ownership. I'm here with you. I've helped create you, or I've helped form who you are, just standing next to you, being with you, being your support, adding to you, creating you, whatever it is that you feel. So let yourself really let that exhale fill out into you becoming present with your role, your presence with this love. And if it feels right, let yourself take that next step and really appreciate this love. Really bring your own love to the love. Giving back as you've been given to. Let your heart be moved. And as you're ready, you can let all of the concentrations go and just come back into your own body and feel how you're affected right now. How's your body feeling? And know you're never far away from that which you love, even as you open your eyes and come back into this room, into this Zoomiverse where we're all connected. So I'd love to hear from you. What was that like? What did you notice?
I think what I noticed was that just by taking the deep breaths, like breathing into it, I just slowed down enough to be able to like feel the love, the gratitude, and then my love back. And it felt really very quite simple and present.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think sometimes I think I have to effort so hard.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And and so that was really, I think that's what I got mostly out of it, is just complete relaxation and sinking into it. And yeah, just trusting that it's there. I mean, I don't want to give it a guarantee that Molly loves me back, but I think so. So
Oh, absolutely. Whether she can name it or not, it's in her bones.
yes, yes.
Right? It's so, so real. It's, yeah. And I really loved what you're saying. It just touches me so much because it's like what you're describing is that some part of you feels you have to effort so much, but that when you really just relax, that's what love is,
Yeah.
right? We can't love when we're efforting. It's just like it's too, we're outside of ourselves in a way. We're just out there doing as opposed to just being.
Right, right. Yeah.
Mm, that really touches my heart. Thank you. Ah, Malik, what were you aware of?
Through our breathing and the practice we just did, I was able to relax more, and I actually felt my protectors relaxing.
Mm,
So that was very good. And I always appreciate it when that happens. And for me, um, I kind of have a unique connection with protectors, with the protectors. And so like I was able to hear like, I want to take care of this baby. I don't
mm,
want anything wrong. I don't want anything to happen to this baby. I want to do what I can as the parent, as the one, like, to make this life as best as possible. And so that's, I think, part of why I'm so caught up in others is I'm are they going to be right for this child to like
mm.
spend time with, to be around, and so I think that's, I've never really had a child. This is my child, right? This is in
It's
my life. This is the child that I produced, and I think that there's some parallel there. I'm worried. I get worried. I'm not feeling the worry right now, but I'm just kind of letting you know that I do experience it. How is my child going to be received in this world? Anyway, there's a lot there, but the relaxation, I realize that I was the first convert. I was like
right.
5FP got me, man, like years ago, and I've been living with it ever since. And so it's the part that's work is me trying to get to the other person with it.
Right.
It's not work for me. And so that let me really relax into it and realize, oh, I'm like the living embodiment of it right now. And
That's
it's
right.
working really well for me. And I'm doing incredibly better because of it. And so lots of gratitude going back, lots of love. And then I realized that it's its own thing. Like I fuss and worry about my child, but my child is its own entity. It's its own life. And there's almost like it's okay. You don't have to worry so much.
That's right. Yes. Love.
And when I say that, I'm like, it's really bringing out a lot of warm tears.
Mhm.
But there's a part of me that is very, I think it's a part of me that has been wounded by the coarseness and roughness of life that feels protective and feels like I have to mobilize and get on top of this to make it work. Um, and that's close to the protectors. I feel like that is might very well be a protector who's saying that to me right now, and I'm able to hear it and not judge it, just know it and actually understand it. Like, yeah. Um, So I actually am having appreciation for my protectors right now a little bit too, um, for
Yeah.
connecting with me and helping me understand that that's what's going on.
Yeah, there's a real conundrum. I hear that between in each of you, I hear that, and I can feel it inside of me. It's not right up right now, but it's that sense of like that you have to make this effort, or it's like you're not going to be able to hold the love object won't be seen or understood, or you won't have a connection to it, or whatever it happens to be. There's that idea that we are not good enough just the way we are.
That feels like an old thing for me. I also I have I'm noticing I'm having issues of self-worth. Like and I don't know how to translate in there, but it's also in there.
Yeah,
The like having trouble sensing my inherent worth, like or not or doubting it or something. I don't know how to say it, but there's self-worth issues there too for me, that are old patterns, like
right.
somehow I didn't get the memo that I was worth something. Like I don't know how to put it, but it didn't sink in. I had issues around that, and it carries forward in life,
That's right.
not addressed.
Yeah, it was undermined. It
Yeah,
it was there, but it was got undermined or whatever. And when I just want to, because I can speak to this because of something we spoke about last time, which is I would say that you're to go into your worth, you want to feel that belly,
yeah,
right? That's a really important piece for you, is to let yourself feel that belly,
yeah.
your power, your substance.
Well, it helped for me to realize through this that no amount of convincing or explaining will diminish or increase the light of 5EFP because it's already shining bright. Like
That's
it, I don't have to convince or explain or it's here. It's already here. And it's doing its magic. It's so, I mean, I connected with my staff while we were doing this, and um there's a lot of love in that too. And so anyway, I just appreciated the being able to step back from my familiar engagement with these kind of old patterns and to feel a little more relaxed in this process.
Yay.
Can imagine like trying to spin all these plates, and of course some of the plates fall down, they always do. But but just like letting go of that for a while,
Yeah.
because I'm not the orchestrator of its meaning and power. Like it has its own to present.
Yeah. Beautiful. I love that. Okay. I'm going to take that exact piece you said. I'm not the orchestrator of your love, right? Of whatever it is you love, that you're going to let it take off and become what it is, wants to become in a sense. And that gives back to you. So true in parenting, right? And it's like, and it's so true for me with my love of the earth and gardening, right? It's like the more I get in there and feel like I have to over orchestrate it, right? I have to do all these things, I have to make it be whatever, right? All that kind of stuff. That's then I've lost my connection to it.
Mm, yeah.
So I'm up in my head. And so I just felt so as I was doing it, I really had that sense of this overwhelming sense of gratitude of how it's been in my life for a long time, but I haven't really understood the full way it's given back to me because I got so much into efforting. And it took me having to disengage from Wagner Creek to be able to actually make that shift because it always felt like too much for me. Even though I could let go towards the end, I couldn't. It was too much to do all the time. And I needed that to be able to wipe
Mm,
the slate clean, so to speak, and come back and just be in that relationship with nature in a new way.
mm.
Ironically, moving to the city, I'm in a much more love relationship with nature than I could ever be when I was at Wagner Creek.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. So I really appreciate you guys coming together tonight and being willing to just, for me, it's all an experiment, and it's like, I love having people share that with me. And that's where I feel like you were, when you're willing to experiment with me and at the same time give back into it and make it become your own, then you're giving back to me.
Mm. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So I really appreciate it. You can see me, I'm just crying away.
Well, it's um I that's how I've found my way is by experimenting. And what is this? What's happening here? And then walking with it, sitting with it, playing with it. And then it took shape, it took form, and
Mm,
still playing with it. And I think it's a key. It's a really an important thing to keep doing it because
mm.
it will evolve and change. And
That's right.
Yeah. And I've been using your bridge. I've been thinking about that a little bit. The
oh,
bridge,
cool. Yeah.
yeah.
Rickety bridge.
Especially as a 12, having a 12-year-old, because there is like my foot falling through that bridge a lot. So
Or
Oh, right.
going into your mouth a lot, right? It's like,
the bridge is so fun to like play with. So
yeah, that's good. I like that. Hmm.
I
yeah,
keep finding more.
sharing. I've been really sitting with my worst today too. So that was really
Hmm.
speaking to me. I was very like, oh, or like I was like the cosmos or whatever, but like we're like there's definitely something in the air because I've been really feeling that today. So thank you for sharing that and that I can relate with you.
And so what helps you to remember? Because that's really what it is. It's like you can go into the hole, into
Mm,
the lack, and that's fine to be with that part of yourself that really is that's where that's coming up. But you also have to, in order to hold that, you have to be in the part that really knows you're enough
I
now.
I had a good cry with Jelani today. That helped. That was like a real release. And then I just really named it with Greg. We'd like talk for it for a while.
Mm.
And then just I like did a puzzle today and I took a nap and I just slowed down. So by the time I got here, I was already slow. I already felt slower. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, that was I don't know if that's what you're asking, but that's the tools that I use.
So it sounds like it really is about identifying what's going on.
Hmm.
That really helps to name it, to clarify what's going on inside, but then to drop down into getting slower.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's what you've said that, you know, also in terms of the meditation, that it really helped when you just dropped into slowing down your breath.
Yeah.
As you slow down, that's what's a real um, connector for you.
Hmm. Well, sure. I mean, I am slowing my nervous system too. So because
Mhm. Yeah,
yeah.
thank you. It sounds like that's an important way to remember to
Hmm.
come back home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. That's lovely. Well, you know, I don't know. You and Jelani and Mani, both, whoever wants to go, can, she didn't write me. I asked her to send me dates. So it's kind of hard to schedule something for January if she's supposed to be leading because I don't even know when she is going to be able to come. I'll go check to make sure she didn't.
Do we want to set up like a tentative, like one of us will have something ready just in case?
Um, yeah, that's what I thought
Yeah,
because I don't know whether or not she'll be able to do it because she didn't get back with me about the dates. So, and I will ask her to listen to this one in order to go
yeah.
forward. But what what would you, Rade, like to present something in terms of taking us? Well, you could present on what it is to be a mom for you.
Oh, sure. Um,
Another take
yeah,
us.
yeah, maybe. Let me think about it because I also had this other thing that I was going towards
Okay.
today when I was really thinking about like the love. That,
Mhm.
so yeah. So
That's
if Jelani is not able to come, I will be the backup.
okay.
And then if
And
she can, then I will push that down the road.
well, you can discuss it with her, which one of you
Okay.
wants to go. Okay. I'll let you guys figure it out. What, so on Wednesdays, I have, I could do the 22nd of January. Does that work for you, everybody?
Let me look. I'm getting my calendar.
Yeah, that should work for me.
Okay, great. Because the 8th is a little bit difficult.
Yep,
And
the second is open for me as well.
okay, good. So I'm going to put that in.
Okay. Mystery loves company. That's what you're calling it, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
See. I
Oh, where's that at?
Right.
Okay.
I'm just removing the people who are no longer in here. So, okay, got it. So I'm sending that out 7:15 to 8:30 on Wednesday, the 22nd. And then you guys, I'll put Jelani or Rade.
Yeah,
Send. Alrighty.
I'm
Great.
really
All right.
excited.
So I'm a bad girl. I never do my invocations, but we'll do it at the end. That's got to be the rebel in me. I don't even notice it. But anyway, let's do the goddess because that's my favorite one of all.
Hmm,
Everything
everything lost
is found
found again
in a new form,
or
in a new way.
a new way.
Everything hurt
Hurt.
is healed again in a new time, in a new day. Change is,
Change is
touch is,
touch is
touch is
Touches,
change.
changes.
Change us.
Us. Just change us.
That just changes. Mhm.
Love to you all and happy holidays. Oh, I have to show you this.
Okay, good.
Maybe I have a picture. I think it's in here that I can make it nice and big. Oh, I think this is just the most adorable picture I've ever seen in my life. Can you see it without? Oh, it's
Oh.
Oh,
adorable.
Wow, so photogenic.
I know. Well, if you notice, her eyes are closed. She's
Yeah.
very, very young. And so she's not, I think she's maybe 11 days or something at this point in time where the picture was taken. She's only like, maybe she's 1 week, no, 2 weeks today. And so what's happening is she doesn't open her eyes much. But she's practicing all these facial muscles. It's so interesting to see. And so that's part of one of the things that I'm sure she was doing. She was practicing. Oh, shit.
So cute, so cute. Were you able to be at the birth? Were you?
You know, Lauren, everybody's different. Lauren Hewitt, she would have never been able to have me be at the birth.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I did it. It's so, yes, exactly.
didn't even want me to be there for the breastfeeding. So, I mean, I'm so open to all those kinds of things. It's kind of radical for me, but I zip, I don't say anything.
So smart, so smart.
I let them decide. So, but we're going to go back over and see her on Saturday. So I'm very excited. So
Yeah. Oh, so
lots of love to you all.
yeah, you
I just want to say I'm very excited to receive from everybody and to see what everybody's loves and loves to share. And I'm really, really excited about it. And I'm looking forward to it.
Yahoo.
yeah.
Happy holidays, Rade. I won't see you but I'll see you again, Malik. Take care.
Yeah, you too.